everyone. We just got done with the Fit Coach meeting, so it went over. So we are just now logging in over here to go over. I'm going to do a quick preview. I want to share the screen here. Quickly preview a couple things here. There was something in lesson 9 that I wanted to verify that there was an understanding in lesson 9. On the screen. What'd you say? Oh, I couldn't see where we see if I had to see it on the screen. Stretch out. Okay, do you recall somebody, I need you to pipe in. So I went over.
What are you talking about then?
I'm talking about the app, and I know that I opened up the app, but I'm pretty sure I did not show you all the workout section in the app, and I need that verified. I think I showed you how to switch back and forth. Rhonda, if you could confirm that. I think I showed you like right here.
You showed them how to drag and drop and straight workouts.
What you start?
Yeah, you did show us how to like go through and pick different exercises, how to create a superset, things like that. You walked us through that.
So did I show you this right here? So how to go from when you're as a client and then a fit coach. Okay, so I showed you that one. All right, there's something on here I didn't show you, so this is what I need verified. You can use workouts already made. You can edit any workout. I did show that.
Yep.
Okay. I showed you how to assign it to a client.
Yep. And a group. Yep. And how to remove it. Yep.
Okay. And groups. All right. Got you. All right. Then offer the custom training, $79 a month. All that. I talked about the prices.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. On the Zoom meetings, I heard a couple people talking about this. I highly suggest that you make like save as template in Zoom, make a 30-minute meeting, make a 60-minute meeting, make a 45-minute one. So you guys just always have your templates in Zoom. So it's easy for you just to copy it and just say 30-minute session for Rhonda, 30-minute session for Addie, whatever. So you guys have those just in an organized way. I also, for evaluation, for the client evaluation, I made my template for an hour for a client evaluation. Then you know how there's a memo box in Zoom? You can say in the memo box, make sure you have a tape measure, make sure you have your room set up for bench press, for push-up, and you can name those things. You can say, make sure you get your weight that morning, wear workout clothes, have a towel and a water bottle. This will be like your first workout. You could put just those little bullet points in the little memo box when that Zoom meeting gets sent to them, then they know they can kind of get prepared ahead of time what they need for the evaluation. We'll be taking your measurements, so don't have too bulky of clothing on, just those types of really common sense tips. So just make sure you do that on Zoom. So you've got all three of your things, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 45 minutes, and then an evaluation Zoom template already ready to go.
No, we haven't covered evaluations yet, so that must be a future.
And I'm in the middle of doing that with our current coaches, so that is way too hard to even think about doing during the academy. You guys are going to do that once you're actually coaches. It's just too much. Yep, too much to cover. All right, so that one's done. Now I'm going to go to the next one, which I think that was 9. Okay, hold on, what is this? 9 again? 11. All right, so let me take a look at 11. Zoom is not intuitive enough. It's crazy.
I know.
This should take this box, move them around.
Accidentally X'd out of things.
Not intuitive enough. Pisses me off. Okay, all right, so on lesson 11. I think we may have reviewed 11, but I'm verifying this as well.
I don't know. I didn't go over this. I remember
Amp Up
this
Fit
one.
Coach makes money, care, wear, and share. Did I go over this with you yet or not?
Can you go to the next page? Let me see.
Yep. Care, wear, share. Goal is to get your most inspirational body transformation story possible. Some get to the goal, some are a work in progress. Money and career as fit coaches tied to this, to your transformation. People pay you to inspire them, not for you to make them lift weights.
I feel like we talked about that.
I feel like we did too.
Yeah.
I'm going to review this again though today. There's a couple more things on here that I wanted to go over. So you need to start. So I've been going over, I'm almost done with, I think all of you, I might have one or two people left on the private interviews for the Amazon documentary. So the interview process was part of all of this. So you need to start as your own biggest fan and not give up on yourself. This is something that you tell other people as well. So you say, if you give up on yourself, you are not a fan of yourself and so forth. And that keeps the clients, you want to keep them, the word I'm trying to say, committed to themselves. Common to give up on yourself, and this will cause you to lose your inspiration and it harms your money. So that's why it's important for you. This identity change is what will help keep your weight down and make it more of a way of life so you can actually help others. How to care for yourself through these ways, through your diet, managing your weight, working out, having a good attitude. Obviously, a good attitude has to do with who you hang out with. If you hang out with people that are negative and pessimistic people and people that are just not taking care of themselves, they're going to just, every word that comes out of their mouth, everything they tell you to do, everything they tell you shouldn't do, like winning, is all to avoid you humiliating them. So the advice that they will give you will always send you in the worst direction possible, unless you're hanging out with people that are actually winners and they want to win in life. Then those people will be inspired by you and support you. So you have to be very careful who you are telling your goals to and so forth. The more you learn about the body and transform, the more coaching clients will hear about you and your fame, and they'll want to pay you for your time. So what the issue is with being a coach is, are you valuable enough to spend an hour with you? Number one. And when I spend that hour with you, are you valuable? Are you worth $60? Are you worth $70? Are you worth $80? Are you worth $100 an hour? What is your value? And the more that you know, the more that you study, the more that just spills off your tongue, because you study a lot and you're researching for yourself and for clients, it makes it so much easier for your client to stay with you and for them to give you word of mouth. So if you just think that going through one course is it, or one or two certifications is it, and then you got it, you're full of shit. So that's not reality. You have to constantly be learning new stuff. There's always new apps and new programs and new everything. And you always have to constantly be working on yourself. And that's really what you're going to be doing with your clients. Wearing. So topic number one, you need to wear your uniform jacket. Your fit coach jacket should be on the back of the jacket. Transformation, you're part of team transformation. An athlete or ambassador, those kind of things will be on the jacket or on shirts and stuff. Logo wear tees, use your amp up gear, being strategic in how and what you wear and how you place your water bottle for, not that you put where the amp up is just completely visible up in the camera, but you have it over to the side, you got your protein powder. So it's soft placement, and that's what we believe in. So it's not so up in your face where it causes people to get defensive like a used car salesman. What you wear is a conversation starter. So if you're in line somewhere and they see the back of your jacket, oh, that says fit coach. What's that? What's a fit coach? What do you do?
I might need one of those.
I do. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's all we've ever done.
And honestly, the first thing people see, I'm not talking about your office arrangement over here. The first thing people see is your body walking around. So even before they see your before picture, they see the after. So they see your body walking around, and then they're looking for, okay, what is she? Why does she look this way? How did this happen? And so,
am I over in your face?
yeah,
Oh,
completely.
gotcha.
When they see
I didn't
when they
realize that.
see Amp Up Sports Nutrition and then Fit Coach, those two things together, the reason that we chose to brand ourselves, first of all, with Amp Up, something that's motivational and it ties into all the different ethos things that we wanted to project, then also sports nutrition, that's something where it gives so much credibility in the fitness industry, where you can come out with your nerdy scientific sports nutrition side, but then it's also something that's not scary to people that are just starting out and more of a mass fitness appeal. So there's a reason that we picked Amp Up Sports Nutrition, and then Fit Coach. There's a reason it doesn't straight up say personal trainer or fitness athlete or anything else. So we on purpose picked Fit Coach so it can be something that is very relative to what you offer, but then it's also something that's not intimidating, especially for somebody that wants to get into fitness and wants to strike up a conversation for why you look the way you do and how you might be able to help them.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, because there's a lot of people that live actually in my apartment complex that have said, oh, you look great. What do you do? And then I'm wearing something Amp Up. And then I say, well, I run a sports nutrition company and I'm a fit coach. I'm a personal trainer. And they're like, oh, I need one of those. So if somebody is at all looking to do something, as soon as you say what you do, in terms of what you have to offer them, either they'll say, well, you look great, keep going, or you're an inspiration, which that's a win. That's what we're here for. Or they'll say, I need one of those.
Yeah.
So either way, you're there to put yourself out there. You're there to just show off what it is that you do as a career and as a brand rep and as a lifestyle. And then, you never need to hard sell somebody. So if somebody's like, well, that's great, you look fabulous, you can just leave it at that. If somebody says, oh, I need one of those, do you have a card? Or, share your Instagram with them, whatever it is, just leave it at that. And if it turns into something great, if they're just a talker, just know when it comes to fitness and weight loss, there's plenty of those out there. Just let them follow you on Instagram. And if they're ever ready, they'll reach out to you.
Yeah. So what you wear inspires others. So that is a big part of it. So that's big. And when you are in a uniform, that also creates a discipline. And that discipline is what they're paying for. And so if you're just walking around and you look like a gym rat and no one can tell what gym you work at, and you just got Gymshark on and just whatever you feel like OSU sweatshirt.
Maybe you look like a poser that takes Instagram selfies at the gym.
No.
Nobody's going to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Or like they should be asking you as an authority what you do and if you could help them.
Right, exactly. So that's why a uniform jacket or shirt, your bottle, bag, whatever you need to wear at strategic times, that's when it's important. So make sure that you actually think that way when you're going to be around certain people that could potentially be your clients. And so every time we go to spas, we'll wear something with Amp Up on it, because sure enough, everyone that's into beauty is into fitness. So everyone that I've ever went to a spa and used, they've all become clients of Body Talk. So there's just no such thing as using girls that are into beauty, their services, and then they don't come over and use yours.
And it's a huge difference when you're actually walking around as a professional. This is something that as trainers at Body by Todd, we never were working out and then 5 seconds later started the next client. So we were never working out with our clients. We were never working out and then turn around and train a client right after. So it was always, here is our uniform. So official team t-shirt, trainer branded t-shirt and or jacket, and then always make sure that you look presentable. You want to make sure that the client feels like you're there for them, not they just interrupted your workout, or you're a gym rat and you're here to be about you, and then you're gonna take their money for a second because you need money. So there's a huge difference in the fitness industry when you present yourself as a professional and you take your career and your job seriously as a professional. And some of the best learning can be done when you just go to the gym and observe. So when I first became a trainer, Melinda and I belonged to a large gym with some very high profile, very well-known fitness people in the Columbus area. And it was some of the best learning of how not to present yourself, how not to be a trainer, and how to actually be taken seriously, which number one, don't answer your cell phone during your client's time. Don't be talking on your cell phone. Don't be texting. If you pick up your phone to text somebody back about an appointment because they're coming next, say, hold on 1 second. I'm texting my next client back about their next session. They're coming right after you. Make sure you're explaining yourself. Do not look like you don't give a shit for 1 second with that client. So it's very, very easy to be good and professional and there is such a huge difference between people in the fitness industry that present themselves as good, professional, respectful, hard workers who take this position seriously versus people that don't. So just following those very simple, really common sense basics, it will start to build a reputation for yourself that people will notice right away. And it makes a world of difference in this industry.
Yeah, some of you are young, so you know which ones you are. You can't act as young as you are. So Brittany started very young, and we made her lie by 10 years.
Yep.
So some of you are not going to be able to tell the truth about your age. Under no circumstance. So you will be acting like you're definitely over 24, 25.
I was 23 for 6 years.
Exactly. And she was only 19. So 19 or 20.
Started when I was 16.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I was
you will
23
not
for
tell
6
the
years.
truth about that kind of stuff. And you have to, some of you are more mature acting anyway, so no one will be able to pick it up. But you have to keep a professionalism to you. Not your definition of professional, mine, ours, the AMP Up definition, not yours. So because everyone has their own definitions, and I'm not going with your definition. All these trainers out here in these gyms, they have their definition, and 99% of them are full of shit. I would never pay for them. I would never hire them. If they are too much looking at themselves in the mirror, they're not concerned with their clients. They're not suggesting how a client can modify exercise because of a bad knee, like
Right.
making you practice, or a shoulder issue or front delt issue, or they're sore from a long run or whatever. You have to be aware and pay attention to your client. That's who's paying for you. And you also can't be in a fantasy about money. A fantasy about money is you think because you crossed your fingers, money's going to come. You think because you got certified, money's going to come. You think because you went through the Fit Coach Academy, money's going to come. No, it's not. That doesn't make money come. You don't know fuck about money if you're doing that about money. Money comes because you're doing what we're telling you to do about your own transformation, good marketing, wearing your clothes, using products that actually have the name on them, getting transformation results. And then it's not about 60 minutes, them paying 60 minutes for you to pay attention to you. The 60 or 30 minutes they pay is for you to pay attention to them. Find out about them, what's going on with them. Why is this weight issue happening to them? What's going on with pain and pain management? That's going to be another thing that we're going to be teaching you when you get into the Fit Coach meeting part of this after the academy's over. Another big aspect we're going to teach the coaches is how to help with pain management. Chronic pain management is a big money. And this is something that if someone doesn't want to lose weight or they don't want to work out anymore, they could still be using you for chronic pain management. So that's going to be another thing that we're going to add to it. Money is made because you actually have value to add into someone's life, and value is from solving problems. So that's the formula for money. Mm-hmm. So cocaine solves a really big problem. That's why it makes so much money. What is the problem that cocaine solves, Dana?
Chronic fatigue. No, not chronic fatigue. Pain. What I go through every day.
Okay, what's the problem cocaine solves, Addie?
Pain.
What? Addie, what'd you say?
Pain.
Okay, so cocaine solves pain, chronic pain. What's the problem that cocaine solves, Rhonda?
I don't think it solves problems. It only creates problems.
It's $1 billion industry. What'd you say? You don't think it solves pain? What'd you say that
It
it's doing?
doesn't solve problems. It creates new problems.
She thinks the coke addiction.
I see her point.
She only sees
I
problems.
see her point. I see her
I
point.
only see more problems. I don't see.
Kelly, what's the problem that cocaine solves?
Sorry, I'm meal prepping. Cocaine just causes problems. I agree with Rhonda. I feel like it causes money issues and drug addiction.
Okay,
We're
well,
not going to have coke addicts.
all right. So that's what it'll eventually do. But
Yeah.
there is a problem that cocaine solving.
Wait.
That's why it's $1 billion industry.
Don't sometimes people use cocaine for like ADHD and ADD?
I'm not saying that they don't, but yeah, I'm not saying that they're not using it for that. Cocaine solves the problem of feeling people that want to feel like they're God. That's what it solves. So it makes you feel like a God when you snort
20
that
minutes
cocaine.
of winning.
20 minutes of feeling like a God.
Then you gotta
And
snort
that's an
again.
extremely valuable demand. So when it wears off, that's why there's so much money in it. That's a horrible letdown. And that letdown is why the addiction is there.
Mhm.
And that's why it is a multi-billion-dollar industry, because it feels so fucking good to feel like a God.
Not winning at life.
Yep, they're not winning. And so cocaine solves that feeling temporarily.
Mhm.
So problems have to be solved for money to be paid. So if someone does not have a pending issue about their weight, just because they're fat, that's no right. That doesn't mean they want to train with somebody. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean they want to lose weight.
Okay.
Fatness is not the reason that someone wants to lose weight. A pending sexual humiliation is very painful. So we'll use Dana, for example. If Dana gets up, or Kelly for that matter, Kelly's about to get on a stage April 30th. Kelly gets on a stage April 30th at 29% body fat, going to be very humiliating against those other bikini competitors. If Dana gets on a stage outside of the shape that she has in those beautiful evening gowns, can be very humiliating to Dana.
This
So-
is also another good example, because just like we asked you guys, what problem does cocaine solve? Sometimes, as a fit coach, sometimes you will run into people that aren't aware they have a problem. So you'll look at them, and Melinda tells a story of when she first became a trainer, she started to hand out her business cards to all of her fat friends, and none of them wanted to actually come work out. Just because somebody's overweight, it doesn't mean that they identify what the problem is that they should be solving in life. So a lot of people that are doing cocaine and get addicted, they aren't aware what problem they're trying to solve. And even you guys, you weren't even aware. You know, people do cocaine, but you weren't aware. Okay, here is the articulation of the problem, which leads to them choosing this 20-minute solution for it. So when you have a person who says, hey, I have a problem, I can't articulate it all the way, but I have a problem. I will admit that I have a problem, and I want to come get help for it. Your job, we were just going over the fitness evaluation process with the other graduated alumni fit coaches. Your job is to help them actually articulate the problem and then show them the solution. So when you have a person that says, hey, I feel like there's a general problem here, the money security that you are getting comes from helping articulate their exact problems, and then saying, I understand exactly what your problems are, even better than you, and here are the solutions for it, and I'm going to walk you through those solutions. So that is truly where your financial security comes from as a personal trainer, as a fit coach, and that is something that they really can't find anywhere else. So if you can do that successfully, you really don't have a lot of competition out there.
Right. And you don't have to think that the world is your database of customers. It's not.
Correct.
If someone does not have a pending sexual humiliation situation at hand, they don't need you. And so that's the bottom line.
Mhm.
So if a female is getting ready to get divorced and her husband's cheating on her with a younger version of herself, that's very humiliating. She's going to drop weight. She's going to be very motivated. If she's happily married, he's fat, kids are fat, she's fat, everybody's lazy, she doesn't need you. And so where I made the mistake, it wasn't my friends I was handing the business cards out to. I was skipping over my good-looking friends. I was handing it to their fat
But
sisters.
that's right.
I was handing it to their fat moms, and their moms and their sisters didn't want anything out of
Saying
it.
you should
And my
lose weight.
good-looking friend said, why can't I come to you? I'm like,
Mhm.
I guess you can. I thought I was supposed to train fat people. I
Right.
wasn't. It was people who cared about what they look like, either the external situation, which is called an external locus of control. Something external is pending that's going to humiliate someone, or it's internal. Somebody who cares about what they look like, just personally on a personal level, they're going to want a coach. They're going to want a trainer. They're going to want to eat better and so forth. So don't think that every single person you meet is a potential client. You have to literally, you're using the process of elimination. You don't want to waste your time with people. They're going to waste your time. They're going to make you feel like what you have to offer isn't highly valuable. If someone doesn't value your price or what you can offer them, like I said, there's nothing pending that's going to humiliate them. No way.
Also,
That's not a good client.
don't take it too personal, especially the young ones. This is something that, me being 19 when I became a personal trainer, I had to learn how to not take it personal when someone responded to me or didn't respond to me. So, for example, now I have a great example. I have a client that trained with me for a couple months, and then she broke up with her boyfriend. So, she had to go through that. And she was like, I can't get out of bed. I can't come in right now. And then apparently she got back together with him. And then I was like, hey, girl, what's up? Da, da, da. And then she was not responding to me. So this was 3 weeks ago that I messaged her. She just messaged me back like yesterday. And she was like, yeah, we got back together again for like the 13th time. I got a ring and then we just broke up again. So I'm trying to get my shit together. I'm like, oh, you feel like messaging me back 3 weeks later when you break up again. So this time there was hope because got back together for the 13th time, put a ring on it. Then that wasn't even enough. Broke up again. Now we need me again. So this is something that you'll notice a lot with people that are not, as I call it, lifetime exercisers.
Yeah.
You'll have your people that are lifetime exercisers. They're always going to work out. They're always going to eat right. They're always going to do something. It's going to be, with you or not with you. So you can just look at somebody's lifestyle. What does their lifestyle look like? Well, that's what it's going to continue to be.
Yeah.
Then you have these people that, are what I call like they need me instead of a boyfriend. Like I'm like the breakup substitution.
Yep.
So they'll come to you when they break up with somebody, when they go through a divorce, when
Yep.
they break up, when the ring comes off.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they find a new boyfriend or get back together with that boyfriend, then they're like, bye. I just need to get on Bumble and find a new date.
Yep.
Bye. I don't need you.
Yep.
Hopefully ever again. I never want to see you again. So don't take it personal. If they're not lifetime exercisers, it's going to be a short relationship and that's fine.
Yeah.
But do not take it personal. It is not your fault. You could do nothing better than what you did in those interactions and that time you had with them.
Mm.
And that is it.
Yeah.
Do not
And don't
think deeper
commingle
into it.
people. Yeah. So what we're saying here is do not commingle people.
Right.
There are fitness enthusiasts, they're lifetime, they're lifers. There are foodies. And then there are foodies who are self-conscious.
Yeah.
The foodie who's self-conscious, that's a good client.
That's a good client.
The foodie with no self-consciousness, fuck you.
Yep.
They don't give a fuck about you. You don't want them. That's not your customer.
Yep.
So unless you're selling food, that's
We're
all
not
they
here
want.
to convert people. We're
Yeah.
not trying to bring them
No,
to
you
Jesus.
can't convert people.
You're not going to bring people to Jesus.
Not at all. Exactly. So people are in those categories, leave them. And then you are there for the one that has
Yeah.
the most respect for you.
Yeah.
And let your self-esteem get damaged. You're looking at everybody equal. They're not
Right.
equal.
They're not
at all.
equal.
Not at all. People are not equal. They fall into those categories, real strong, moderate, and fuck off. I don't give a shit about what you do. I'm not into fitness whatsoever.
Well, and if you guys think about yourselves, like you guys are fitness enthusiasts.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you're looking for people that are you
Similar.
before you got this knowledgeable about fitness.
Exactly.
Just think about it that way.
Yep. Exactly. Okay, so now we're on to advertising and marketing. This is the age of soft influencing. No hard sales or pressure. Works much better, easier than pressure selling. Pressure selling doesn't feel authentic. We are not into that. There's a never-ending supply of gear, logo, wear. As we grow, we'll keep making cooler and cooler things. And the cooler something is, it's more of a talking piece, so it makes it easy for people to say, oh my God, what do you do? That's so cool. How do I get one of those? Blah, blah, blah. The next concept here is share. Marketing team has created a system to help our fit coaches build a fan base of customers and clients ideal for you. That's why we're putting together that story about you, your struggle story. Like we said before at the beginning, people do not connect with you from just your successes and your wins. They connect with what you had to overcome with your tragedies. They connect with you on just problems, weight problems, eating problems, a sickness, a disease that you had to overcome. So keep saying that story. You always have to say over and over, no matter what they say. Let's say Kelly, for example, oh my God, you look so good. Oh my God, you're so fit. I can never look like you. The first thing out of Kelly's mouth has to be, I weighed more than you. I was almost 180 pounds. You're what, 149? Almost 180. What? No way. You look like you've been a skinny bitch your whole life.
Mhm.
Boom. Starts a conversation.
Mhm.
Person's inspired. I need to pay you and start training with you.
Mhm.
If you don't tell that story like that and you let them sum you up as you've always been small, you've always been fit, you have no problem with the lack of motivation, you are fucked. You are not going to get compliant.
And you'll start
Good.
to see where people go. So Kelly's a great example in the weight. What people, now that I'm getting into powerlifting and USA track and field sprinting and all of this different athletic performance and winning at these things, people say to me, well, you've always been an athlete. You've always been fit. And then I have to say, no, there was about a 6-year period where we were growing our companies and I didn't work out at all for 6 years. And then I was so deconditioned and I had to learn how to recondition myself. And I went through that whole process. So that's the point where people's jaws drop and they say, oh my God, because the first thing they think about me is, oh my God, she works out so hard. She's going to kill me. She doesn't know how to train me. I don't want to die and be humiliated in front of her because she's going to kick my ass and I'm going to vomit and only make it 5 minutes with her. So I have to go into, I'm not going to humiliate you. We're going to start and we're going to baby step. I know exactly what it's like. I had to bench press with 10-pound dumbbells and I had to be spotted on 10-pound dumbbells at an athletic performance place that I went to when Melinda and I decided it was time to get back in shape and we couldn't let the business take over our lives to the extent that it was. So I literally went through a 5 to 6 year period where I did not work out at all.
Yeah.
And I know what that did to my body. I know exactly what I had to do to get my body back in shape. And I know how to do it for every adult human out here that spends too much time working, puts their time into their family, whatever the reason. It's never a bad reason. Like it's all a justifiable excuse. Like those are sacrifices that you have to make in life. So I come from that point of understanding too, where I'm not shaming them for not working out. I'm not shaming them for taking time off. We built a $12 million company in 9 months from scratch, from literally nothing. So that was great. That was a win, but there was a sacrifice and then I didn't work out for years. So I'm never coming from, and you're never supposed to come from a place of shaming. You're always coming from a place of understanding and empathy. And then those are the things that the person, it sinks into their mind and their soul and their emotions. And they say, okay, I trust that you know what to do.
Yeah.
Literally. I trust that you're going to help me emotionally through this process and baby step me.
Yeah.
And number one, I trust that you're not going to humiliate me and embarrass me.
Yeah.
So that is just figure out where people are going to go. It's either going to be in the area of performance or it's going to be in the area of weight. And we have both of those to say, no, I was fat. Nope. I didn't work out for 5 years. And so just make sure that you are letting somebody know right away, hey, here's where I come from. This is what the outside transformation looks like now, but here's my background. Here's what I come from. Here's how I know how to help you.
Yeah. And the third one on that is the pain. So they've got pain. So they have eating disorder. They have ulcerative colitis.
Mhm.
They have
Digestive issues.
They can't get pregnant. They've got digestive problems. They have chronic pain. They're not
Autoimmune.
motivated. They're getting perimenopausal. Because when menopause happens and it's postmenopause, all the shit's gone. It's before you're actually in menopause. It fucking sucks. So they're in those type of issues. So they have no motivation. Well, there's no such thing. Why are you not motivated? Then you just keep unraveling until you see there's a problem, a thyroid problem, a high cortisol problem, type 3 diabetes, insulin resistance problem. There's something there. There's a problem there. And they're scared, they're in denial, whatever. So that pain is that's the big 3 of what you guys are going to be working on. All right. So I want you to take these things very seriously. That's why I'm going over this again. So you can't ever overestimate how people are perceiving you too young or immature, perceiving you as being a skinny bitch your whole life and you can't possibly know, perceiving that you've never had pain, you've never had to overcome, perceiving that you are just, everything is easy for you and you just win so easy and you never had any tragedies or diseases or something you had to work through. I noticed with one of my clients the other day, I watched him, instead of asking me, I watched him make up in his own mind what he thought about, I can't possibly understand what he's going through. And I was like, dude, I see you making a judgment right now. You don't have a fucking clue about mine. First, I've never told you. You don't know anything about my disease and what I had to overcome and so forth. And I watched it happen right in his face. He was making that judgment, didn't even say it. So you have to be careful of stuff like that. So you have to look at them, look at their face, watch them. They're summing you up. They're looking at your body. They're summing you up. Oh, you don't know. Or they'll say it. Sometimes they'll vocalize it. But that's why it's so important, why we're conditioning you nonstop to always lead with the problem. Always lead with the problem. It doesn't mean that you're going to sound like a pessimist. It doesn't mean that you're going to sound like a Debbie Downer. That's the beginning of your story. And then you talk about how you overcame. Boom. So Rhonda, for example, she's getting so small. Well, all the coworkers are seeing and they're all starting to call now. So if they know you as being fat before, you don't have to worry about that. But anyone who doesn't know Rhonda from before, they're going to be like, oh, she's been a skinny bitch her whole life. She's just small. She's competitive. She's this, she's that. She doesn't know where I'm coming from, blah, blah, blah. So that's why you always want to lead with the tragedy and then what you did to overcome it. It's a much more fun story. It inspires people. All right, share. Social media sharing. As a fit coach, you're assigned a marketing manager. We'll give you social media assignments and scripts. That's what we do in Brand Champ. That's part of the lessons you'll get once you actually graduate from the academy. We'll start moving into what Brand Champ is and how to do the social media marketing the right way. Most likes, growing popularity, calls to maximum engagement. If they place an order with your Fit Coach discount code, if they comment, if they give a like, if they sign up for coaching with you, it starts to cause all that. And then you start to generate revenue with all that. This is how our Fit Coaches will build trust, then a following, then clients will want to pay you to coach them. 99% of people do not know what content that will cause this. So that's what we know. So we are the marketing professionals in this industry. We know what will actually make people, what type of story and how to share your story the right way. What you will share, your transformation story video being made for you, your before and after story, what you eat on your transformation journey. This is a form of journaling when you do that in a social media post. When you make a recipe or you say, this is what a day in Addie's life looks like when Addie's dropping her carbs so she can lose 2% body fat to get more cut for the Fit Model photo shoot May 14th. That kind of thing inspires people, makes them want to watch you and know what's going on. Your inspiration feelings, not feeling very good today. The scale's up 2.5 pounds. It's because I ate soup yesterday. Those of you think the soup is healthy, well, think again. It's a 3-pound weight gain. It's not from fat, blah, blah, blah. That's a moment where you can show your expertise, give a little tip about soup or a salad or whatever, and then just say, hey, keep your head up. It's only going to take a few days. I'll get that soup out of my system. But that's why I was kind of feeling a little down today, that kind of little stuff. Your adventures as a fit coach, posting those, fitness fashion, any cute little outfits or shoes you get, travel that involves fitness. So anytime you travel, if you're running stairs somewhere, if you don't, you take pictures of that, you post that. Travel specific product placements in your post. So if you make protein pancakes and you got like the Amp Up bag right there, doing those type of posts. Your content will be shared to our social media account also. So you always want to tag the ampupsportsnutrition.com. We will provide you content to share on your social media accounts. That's part of what Brand Champ is. So you'll learn that eventually. Share samples. This is another part of how you're going to get people on auto ship and be able to generate monthly recurring revenue because they are on auto ship with products. So you will share gifts and you will share little sample packets of stuff. And so the love languages, the 5 love languages, well, gifts is a big one. And especially with women, almost all women have gifts as one of their top 3. Obviously, it's in everyone's top 5. Otherwise, it wouldn't make it in the top 5. But when you give a gift, people are immediately, they trust more. They lets all the defenses down, and then it triggers reciprocity and obligation, which is a psychological term. So whenever someone gives you something, you feel the need to give back to them. So gifting is really important. We're very big into gifts. I love getting gifts. I love giving gifts. So that's why gifting works so good. It's no pressure. You're just sending gifts. Hey, and you can get their name and address, put it in the website, and then we ship out 3 free gifts to people for the first time. So that's another thing. So they don't have to pay anything. They're getting 3 free gifts to test it out. So that's going to be a big thing. share fame content. As an Inner Circle Fit Coach team member, you will be given Amazon Prime docuseries content to film, photo shoot content to build, which we'll use in our Transformation magazine, on the Amazon Prime docuseries, full promotional campaigns on social media. Your information will be put in the catalog, promo materials, print ads. We will tell you exactly what to do. So when Todd starts putting all of this content together, let's say we say to Dana, okay, Dana, we need 90 seconds of video footage of you on stage. We need someone or you to film yourself doing a leg workout for like 2 minutes worth of a leg workout. We'll say stuff like that. So we'll tell you the content to have that, and then we'll have you loaded to the Google Drive, pictures and content, and then all that starts to come together when we put this the show together. For coaching, what is this word right here? Good God. Most non-intuitive Zoom. Your clients will sign up with you on your Amp Up Fit Coach app login. For products, your clients will use your personal fan code to purchase with a discount. This auto pays you a set promo fee. So 2 different places. So when they just buy a product, they'll go over to the Amp Up sportsnutrition.com site, and they'll use your promo code to get a discount when they sign up, and then that connects it to your code. And then for coaching, you all will be setting up your own Fit Coach account. So it's a merchant account that is on the app, $5 a month. It gives you the portal so you can actually charge people for programs and packages on there. And it has auto memberships as well. So you have clients that will just pay on auto payment with you over there. And you'll be able to see your financials, and that's how you will sign your customers, your new clients up in your portal. So each of us, we all have our own portal. So when you guys are my client, so let's say Rhonda's my client, so is Kelly over in my account. When I load Kelly's bikini diet, I load it over in my part of the app. So I load it in there, I communicate to her through there and so forth. So nobody else can see our conversation. So each person has their own portal for their own customers, their own client. And then the packages, we already have all the packages ironed out. You can add more, but we've got 4. And then we'll give those to you in a Word document when it's time to set up your portal. And then you'll add your own packages. And then you'll start downloading all the workouts that are in there, so they actually show up in your thing. And then we have the 24 meal plans. You'll load all the 24 meal plans in under files. So you got all those ready to go as well. So this stuff is already all created. And then all you do is sell it. Like, yep, I can put you on the meal plan and so forth. I was just talking to another client the other day. We were testing out the app for a while, and some people we permitted to do just the $79 a month for the custom workout, or the $59 a month for the meal plan and no training. It doesn't work. So human nature just doesn't work that way. People cannot be left to their own devices. They are not motivated. They have to have VIP training or they will not get results. I have some guys that are really self-motivated, but what's working is they come in live. I talk to them constantly. That's like a VIP session. Right. So there's no such thing as someone living in Kentucky and doing my workout and doing my meal plan and thinking that they're going to get results. They get results for 3 weeks and then they throw in the towel like everybody does.
And when you see those Instagram girls and Instagram influencers that look like they're selling that kind of shit,
it's all bullshit.
What they're doing is they're selling to people who buy it one time
and never buy
some
again.
Kind of almost like a New Year's resolution.
Yep.
Where they'll buy the thing one time
and never buy it again.
And then they'll never buy it again.
No
and
way.
Then in 4 years, they'll try a new thing one time, and then they won't do shit for another 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
So that's exactly what we did not want to create.
Yep.
And so
We're not having it.
Talking about this with Todd today.
Yeah.
That's the cycle that we never want to get into again.
Never.
Either in selling products or in selling training.
Yep.
So that's a cycle that we had a certain percentage of clients at Body by Todd. And don't get me wrong, when you have a gym like that, part of the business model is those people come, they pay, and they do not get their money's worth. They actually never come. They're just straight paying you, and it's just straight margin. So that's a certain business model. We're not doing that anymore. So with this company, part of the reason that we said, okay, we need to actually start by creating this layer and this team of fit coaches, because you guys are enforcers. So you guys are literally enforcing our customers to stick to drinking their protein shakes and losing weight and stick to a diet and stick to
to a
doing
workout.
cleanses 2 to 4 times a year. Stick to a workout, because if they're not working out, they're not going to give a shit about what they're eating.
Exactly.
They're not going to stick to a diet. They're
Yeah.
not going to drink their shakes. They're not going to do their cleanses. They're not going to get results.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
So we actually needed to create and build our own team of enforcers so that this shit actually gets done and
Right.
people actually get results. So we were like, okay, we've been in this fitness industry for so long. Again, we've seen good trainers, we've seen bad trainers, we've seen all the different business models, we've seen all the different kinds of clients. We know what we want to do when we grow up. So here's what we want to do, and we don't want to do anything else. So this is the type of client we want, this is the type of rep that we want, and this is the type of business model that we want. And that's what we're moving forward with. And a lot of that is based in the discipline and accountability that we really are as people, and that we want to see reflected around us. And we want that kind of positive environment, because people, when people are sticking to things and they're getting their goals and they're making shit happen, it creates such a good, positive environment where what we ran into before, you have a small group of people that are motivated and ambitious and setting goals and accomplishing them. And then you have these people that kind of become haters, because they're just kind of stuck in this middle ground of they just want to work off like the sushi and wine they ate last night. And they just want to work out recreationally. And that is totally fine. But they're not setting goals. They're not
It's not
accomplishing
here.
goals. They're not
It's
sticking to
fine, but it's
things.
not fine here.
And
So I don't care if
they're
they do it
not-
someplace else.
They're not
doing it
doing
here.
any consistent habits to get to a goal.
Mhm.
And so
That
it
doesn't belong
creates
here.
like this winner versus hater vibe
Mhm.
of these people are winning, they're setting goals, they're accomplishing them. And then these people are just like Debbie Downers.
No way.
And so we were like, nope, we're not doing that anymore. We
No.
only want people that are goal oriented, disciplined, set goals, will
Yeah.
stick to it, follow through,
Mhm.
and we'll cheer for everybody else who's a winner in this environment.
Mhm.
So that's why we picked you guys. That's what we're building.
Mhm.
And that's why we've been so picky as we've gone along step by step in these different layers that we're creating. We're just going step by step. This layer,
Yeah.
this layer, this layer.
So what that means is, if the client or the potential client isn't serious enough to work out while they are dropping weight, work out with you while they're dropping weight, they're not working, they're not doing anything with you. You can say, well, you can go over to the site and buy some protein if that's all you want to do.
Yeah.
Or get a detox. But other than that, no. Can I just do your diet plan? No. Can you just give me a workout for the app? No, because I know exactly where it's headed.
Yeah.
So you either are going to be results oriented and you're going to do the whole thing, because I know the whole thing is the only way it works.
Right.
And if you think about all of you, it's the only thing that's working on you.
Yeah.
Only thing that worked for me. I was one of those people trying to do all the shit on my own before I came to Body by Top. I just was fucking myself over nonstop. I was never getting to any results. I was an aerobic instructor, came for the evaluation, how to do the push-ups against the wall. He's like, you're so weak. This is stupid. Couldn't lift a dumbbell at all. Never lifted it because I thought Shape Magazine told me not to lift weights back then. But anyway, just dead wrong about diet, dead wrong about natural health, dead wrong about how to have good digestion, dead wrong about everything. So if you bump into that person and they've got that kind of ego, I just want to do it on my own, I'm already motivated, then I'm not for you. You go do it. Bye. Go be on your own and do it. So, I just want some protein. Okay, go over there and get some protein, auto ship, use my code, and then you can make money without having to do a thing for them. So just know there is a red sea that parts the two different types of people. We only want people to be clients of our fit coaches that are serious about getting results. And you need to feel that same feeling. Okay, keto, zucchini enchiladas. God, I feel like I told you guys to get that before. I just feel that way. Anyway, this was such an important lesson. I needed to go over it again, no matter what. All right, stopping the share. Do we have any questions from any of you at all?
From the client forms you sent us a long time ago on the Fit Coach app, I can't get access to it. So maybe you could help me with that tomorrow.
What client form are you speaking of? The ones that are on the actual app?
Yeah, you sent us a link to get into it, but every time I type in the password that protects the site, it won't let me go anywhere from there.
And client forms, do you mean the client evaluation form?
Yeah, those.
The question things? Yeah. Well, the client forms, you're going to be adding those once you're going to add those into the app under your Fit Coach portal. That's where those forms are going to go.
I just didn't know
you're
if I
just
need to
gonna
look at
copy
it
and
now.
paste them over. You're going to copy and paste them over. Let me go over to client forms for a second so I can show you what I mean. Hold on, let's go back to 1 second. Stop this share. I need to go to another fucking share. I want to stop the preview screen. Oh, it's probably covered up. All right, let's go over to the app. Can you see me over in the app? Can you guys see
Yeah.
me over in the app or not? You can?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go over. So this is my trainer coach account. So then if I go over to forms, go like that. And you guys will be given these 4 forms right here, okay? And then you will make them yourself. So I'm going to show you the preview, what it looks like when you go into them. So like this is the liability form. And you can alter questions if you want more info from the client. I gotta see if it's gonna go in there. So I just added a little bit more info in this liability form. So this is how basic it is. So it just allows you to add a question, make sure it's mandatory. So I say, give me your first, last name, street address, city, state, zip, email, mobile, and how you heard about us. And then this whole liability waiver is all in here, which they can read, and then they have to sign it. So that's that one. And you can change these questions, add questions, and so forth. And they're all mandatory. So whenever I put a client's first and last name and their email address under add client, when they click the email that comes to them, it says you can go no further till you fill out all 4 of these forms. These are the onboarding forms. This is the signing of a liability form, the electronic copy of it. So you know you've got yourself protected. So let's say like the current diet that they follow. What I cared about on the current diet being followed is I made it easy by making it pretty much multiple choice. So they really do expose their behaviors. So what are you doing? And then they just check off in these boxes. You see those? Well, there's a little box that they would check. That's what it looks like. How are you eating right now? Weight Watchers? What the fuck? What results are you getting? Tell me what the results are. How do you like your current eating plan? It sucks. I'm totally thrilled by it. How much of a picky eater are you? What food allergies do you have? How many meals a day do you eat right now? So just those basic, how much weight do you want to lose? Those are the basic questions that I need the info on. So anyway, so the client forms, you all, once you start to put your portal page together, which I give you an email that says, these are the objectives to get done. Then you'll actually put your portal together. You'll turn on Stripe so you can start taking money. And then you'll hook up your bank account into Stripe. So when they come over to Amp Up, they'll pay through there, and then it'll go directly into your bank account. We will talk about probably your first week, maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks. We'll talk about setting up your own LLC, and then tax write-offs and that kind of stuff. That's probably going to be in the next meeting. So you have to understand tax write-offs because it already began last year with you paying for tuition. So this is professional development. Anything that you spend money on that helps you make money in your business is a tax write-off that you can actually say this helps you make money. So like Kelly, for example, which I've always done with competitions, when you do a competition in this field, just like tennis shoes and Nike outfits, that's what we use. That's our field. So competition increases our fame. You increase your fame, you increase your before and after, you look better, you inspire people more. They say that you're more of an authority. It's like getting another certification. So that is all expense. It's all a part of marketing. I read this book, 475 tax write-offs that nobody knows about. And the biggest one in the book said marketing. And the IRS looks down on businesses that don't market enough because they're like, there's no way you can be making money. You don't market. You don't advertise enough. So that's critical to have marketing and advertising expenses. Uniform shirts with your name on it, competitions, those are all marketing expenses. But that's for another lesson. All right. Does that make sense, Addie, with what you're saying about these forms and about the
Yes,
form?
thank you.
Okay. All right. So that's what you're going to do. You'll put them in the app and then they'll be connected in there. Then you'll have all your people in the app, all your forms at all times on these people, all located in one place. That's the big thing. You don't want a bunch of different files. You don't want paper files. You don't want over on Google Docs and then over here and over on Office 365, then over in your email. You don't want everything. You want everything in one spot, all in your portal on the app. So that was the whole reason we created this app, to keep everything in one place, be able to process your money through there, everything. So I'll just like use Addie for another example. Let's say Addie wants to put her mom's massage as a service that she'll offer. And then if she gets clients that need a massage, she can say, well, I can refer you to Debbie. And then she can copy Debbie's link. So I'll show you over here under how simple this is. We do it with Chuck. So you know how how Chuck works on people. So if I come over to packages and mine, I just keep these 4 here. So I keep the Chuck's body activation. I keep PowerFit team. I keep my boot camp, and then VIP customized program. So all I have to do if I refer someone to Chuck is I just go get the share link, hit that, and then I just copy it, and then I send it either in chat or text or email. And then so Addie can do that with her mom. She could put her mom's package in there and sell massage for her mom if she wanted to, or your friend or whatever. And then you can say, well, for every massage that I sell for you, I'm keeping $20 of it. And then the person can say, yeah, that's great. That's fine. So any referrals that you do like that, you can put it right there in your portal and you can make a cut off of that. So all this, we can discuss it anytime, whenever you have ideas. I'll say, yeah, here's how you do it. Here's how you make it in the portal. And this is your way of saying you have your own app as well. You have your own store on the AmpUp site, on the AmpUp app site. Okay, any other questions? Don't look like it.
Nope.
I didn't hear you.
I can't see this midget picture.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, keep on practicing. I am getting great feedback from everyone. So as soon as you train or you're trained by one of the other coaches, I want you guys to send me, most of you are send me a text message, let me know how it went. I don't care how critical you are, because I can actually give them the critiques. So just make sure you let me know. Everyone, you are considered a paying client to each other. I don't want you getting out of there in less than 30 minutes if the person's paying for 30 minutes worth. If they spend a little bit of time talking about something that you're emotional about or teaching you something, that's still part of the time. So I'm not saying that you have to go over on time. Just don't finish at 27 minutes. Don't finish at 25 minutes. If they pay for 30, you give 30. If they pay for 60, you give 60.
And I'm a big fan of making them move and talk. So if somebody's in a mode where they want to talk a lot, because I do have a client that she has a very stressful job, high paying executive, a lot going on, a lot of change right now due to COVID. And so I say, okay, let's do some squats. Now start telling me about your day. And sometimes I'll put her on a stopwatch where it'll be like, okay, 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So I know you don't have to be counting. That way I can pay attention to her emotionally. And I just have the stopwatch out. So there's different ways that you can formulate it. So you're literally giving the person everything they need in the moment. So it's not like she's just sitting there chatting with me. I'm like, okay, stand up. Let's do side to side squats. I got you on the timer. Now tell me about your boss.
There you go. Yeah. So it's actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty easy. So I'm going to want feedback at the next Fit Coach Academy session about how your workouts are going. Those of you that know how to hit the record button and record to the cloud, Rhonda, for example, and probably Dana, record some of your workouts and then send them to me so I can actually watch the recordings. Okay. All of you can do at least, but Rhonda and Dana, I want you two to film so I can actually see. Can I see both of you in gallery mode? Or if you talk, I only see you. If they're not talking, I need to see both. I'd like to see you as the coach and then them as the client, if it's possible to film both. I'd like to see both on the screen so I can watch what the workout looks like. And I'm looking for workouts that you made up, not the workouts I gave you. Workouts that you made up so I can see what it looks like. All right, So if you can show me that the next week or so, that'd be perfect. And then once I look through that, I'll give feedback at the next meeting. All right, 6 weeks minimum. I did hear from Heather. I think Heather has finally responded. Yeah. So I think everybody's
Yeah, we're gonna do Sunday. Yep.
Okay, good. So it's just 6 weeks. You got to get 6 weeks under your belt, and then I'll feel great. You'll feel great. You'll be like, I'm feeling really good about this now. I'm ready to roll. So that's what the 6 weeks is for. Then you'll have 4 weeks of practicing the valuations on your current clients that you guys are all coaching. So we'll go from this into evaluating each other for 4 weeks after. Okay. All right, guys. Nice seeing everybody. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Bye.